Hare Krishna, everyone. So we're talking about today 4th chapter, 19th shloka. And this chapter is entitled as a transcendental knowledge. So, we have different types of knowledges, right? We acquire in the material world. We have Jnana Vijnana. So, Jnana is a knowledge. Vijnana is a knowledge which is scientifically observed. Jnana Vijnana. So here, Prabhupada writes one of the purpose that, we acquire so many different knowledges, but that is comes under knowledge. Vijnana is basically which gives about the self. That is about the knowledge about the self. That is called Vijnana. And this chapter talks about transcendental. The meaning of transcendental, I think you might have all studied that. The above modes of three material nature. Are you able to hear me? Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
The knowledge which is beyond these three modes of material nature called transcendental. Above three modes of material nature. So Krishna also suggests Arjuna in the second chapter when he was bewildered and he said, I don't want to fight, etc., etc. Krishna says, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nishtraigunyo Bhava Arjuna. Hey, Mr. Arjuna, you're under the modes of these three material nature. And then when we are under the three modes of material nature, what happens? We identify ourselves with the body. That's a problem. We identify ourselves with the body, then we keep on speculating things when you're in the material modes of nature. That's why Krishna is called Adokshaja. Adokshaja means Savai Pumsham Paro Dharmo Yatho Bhaktir Adokshaje Ahitvaki Apratihata Yayatma Suprasiddhati. So when person comes under the beyond three modes of material nature, the real happiness exists. Okay, as long as you're in three modes of material nature, everything is related to the body. Okay, so that's about the transcendental knowledge. I'm sure you might have all received this knowledge already from our great Vaishnavas here. So today we're talking about the 4th shloka, chapter 19th shloka. Okay, so please repeat after me. Yasya sarve samarambha.
Yasya sarve samarambha
Kama sankalpa varjitaha.
Kama sankalpa varjitaha.
We can't hear you, Prabhuji.
Oh, are you clear now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Jnanadidagda karmanam.
Jnanadidagda karmanam. Again, disconnect.
Lost you again.
Tam ahu panditam buddha.
Tamahu panditam buddha.
Translation by Divine Grace. A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. One is understood to be in full knowledge.
One is understood to be full
full knowledge.
Every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification.
Whose every endeavor is devoid of desire
for sense
gratification.
Said by sages to be a worker for whom.
He is said
by sages to be a worker for whom
the reactions of work have been burned up by the fire of perfect knowledge.
The reactions of work have been burned up by the fire of perfect knowledge.
Very, very, very thought-provoking. We'll discuss. So we'll read purport, then we'll go to a translation. Okay. Only a person in full knowledge can understand the activities of a person in Krishna consciousness. Okay, because the person in Krishna consciousness Hare Krishna, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Because the person in Krishna consciousness is devoid of all kinds of sense gratificatory propensities. It is to be understood that he has burned up the reactions of his work by perfect knowledge of his constitutional position as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is actually learned who has attained to such perfection of knowledge. Development of this knowledge of eternal servitorship to the Lord is compared to fire. Such a fire, once kindled, can burn up all kinds of reactions to work. Okay, so here Prabhupada is writing so beautifully, and I just want to take a previous shloka translation also that has connected with this one. If you look at here, one who sees in action, in action, and action in action is intelligent among men, and he is in the transcendental position, all engaged in all sorts of activities. So, Prabhupada writes first line, a person acting in Krishna consciousness is naturally free from bonds of karma. Look at that, how this one line is suffice for us to understand what is transcendental nature, transcendental, this book, this chapter about. A person acting in Krishna consciousness is naturally freed from the bonds of karma. So, folks, the karma siddhanta is very, very very complicated, very intricate. Okay, very, very complex. How karma said, we are all here on this planet Earth, which is described as a jail. Dukkalayam ashvashvatam napnavanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gataha. We are all in the jail. We're all in the jail. Okay. And why we are in the jail? Because everything what we perform here without Krishna has a reactions, karmic reactions. We are all here because of whatever karmas we performed in our previous lifetimes, or whatever it is. Where you are here is the cumulative effect of all your previous life activities. At present, you are here. Okay, and who are here are the lucky people. Why? Because you all came under Sri Isdhavangas Prabhupada umbrella. Okay, so the karma theory is very, very complicated. I can just give like 2-3 minutes of karma, how it acts as per the Rupa Goswami explains very clearly, right? So the karma, there are two types of karmas. One is prarabdha karma, second one is aprarabdha karma, right? So the prarabdha karma, everything, the reason our body exists because of karmic reactions. Okay, so these prarabdha, aprarabdha karmas are defined. The prarabdha karma means karma which is manifested. It means that manifested means that already the fruits of that actions have been, we are reaping. But for example, we take birth in so and so family, we get so and so partner, we get so and so children. They're already manifested. It is too late to change. So that's called prarabdha karma. Okay, and aprarabdha karma is karma yet to be manifested. Karma yet to be manifested. Okay, that is the one thing. That is actually karma is compared as a go down. In the go down, we have a tons of objects in the go down. For example, a dal, chawal, mirchi, sab hai. Everything has its own time to get spoiled. We have to use that before. Our karmas are also like a go down. We have a go down of karmas which we have been accumulated from the life after life. Every karma has its own time stamp on that one. Based on that time stamp, that karma comes in our life and kicks in, and then we feel either good or bad. Of course, in material world, either good or bad, everything is bad when that is not connected to Krishna. And first, in the first canto, second chapter, Bhagavatam also says that. What is that? Navutpadayed yadiratim shramayevahi kevalam. Navutpadayed yadiratim. Yadi work we perform in this material world, which is not connected to Krishna. Navutpadayed yadiratim. Ratim means attraction for Krishna. Shramayevahi kevalam. It's a purely donkey's work. The work which we are doing, which is not connected to Krishna, is a donkey's work. Why it is donkey's work? Donkey carries huge tons of clothes from Dobika Garse, and finally it goes and eats grass The poor Gada doesn't know that he doesn't have to work so much hard for the grass. Same way, we have been accumulating karmic reactions, huge burden of karmas, life after life, that we don't know that by simply taking Krishna Bhakti, we can avoid all those things. And this is also confirmed by in Padma Purana. And Rupa says that aprarabdam phalam papam bijam kotam phalonmakam karmaniya phaliyate Vishnu Bhakti pratatmanam. All the reactions of these karmic reactions can be easily avoidable just by taking the bhakti for Vishnu. It could be anything, even because we have some worshippers of Tirupati Balaji, nothing wrong in that, Sri Sampradaya. Padmanabha, nothing wrong in that. Jagannath, nothing wrong. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, nothing wrong. Vrindavan Krishna, nothing wrong. Any Vishnu Bhakti, pratatmanam. Karmaneya phaliyate. Anyone takes up Vishnu Bhakti, what happens? Immediately, Rupa Goswami also writes in Bhaktiramsa Sindhu, the immediate two reliefs from the devotional service. What are those? So, what is that? Two things we get immediately. All the problems will be removed. First one. And you get the happiness in the heart. I forgot those two terms. I always forget those two terms immediately. First two. Okay. You get immediate relief and also you get the happiness. These two things are for as soon as you take up the Krishna Bhakti, these two things comes. Why? Because the knowledge has been manifested. Hey, it's not me, it's Krishna's desires happening. So in the same way, the karmas, here Prabhupada writes so beautifully, and I'll also like to share one more from next third chapter. It was very clearly explained. Let me go there. One second, folks. I don't know how to operate this one. This is going there. Okay. This is this one, next one. Okay. The third chapter also, Krishna confirmed karma yoga. Yajnatnat karma no yatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kanteya mukta sangha samaj. Are you able to see this 3-9 or no?
Yes.
Yes, we see 3-9.
Yeah. Yajnata karma no yatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samajara. Krishna writes very clearly, work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Okay? And otherwise, work causes bondage in this material. Look at folks, very clearly writes, work causes. These are the Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Lord. Partaya pratibodhita Bhagavada Narayanena Swayam. The Lord himself is telling, if the work is not done as a sacrifice of Vishnu, what happens? That causes the bondage in this material world. Doesn't matter. It could be a good work, bad work that causes bondage. Therefore, O son of Kunti, he writes very clearly, therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction. For whose satisfaction? For Krishna's satisfaction. In that way, you will always remain free from the bondage. Look at that. So, and also the message here, very clearly saying that everything we have to do in our material world would be done for the satisfaction. Then question comes, okay, now I'm going to my job, I'm doing my job where I don't remember Krishna. Most of these questions asked by most of the, of course, we're all neophytes, but people who are in new Krishna conscious, how that becomes a Krishna conscious activity. Yes, that is Krishna conscious activity. Your work becomes Krishna activity. Why? Because you work for Krishna, then you get Lakshmi. From Lakshmi, you bring samagri, rice, dal, everything you bring home and you offer to Krishna. That is also the Krishna Bhakti. So, means Prabhupada said, your consciousness has to be changed, not that's what it's called international association of Krishna consciousness. Consciousness, you're working also, you have, hey, I have to work for Krishna. When you have that consciousness, that itself is the relief. That itself is the liberation from the karmas. Why? Because you're working for Krishna. Work done as a Krishna has to be worked, otherwise causes material in this world. Okay. And also I'll go to 9th shloka. Krishna confirms again, Yat karoshi yadasnasi, yad juhosi dada, yat Yapat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusma madarpanam. He says here, whatever you do, look at that, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Look at that. Folks, we don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand this simple philosophy. Okay? Krishna is just telling, most of the time we think, oh, I am not doing this puja, that puja, this puja, that puja. I don't have time for puja. Everything is puja in your life. Talking is a puja in your life, because everything we are talking with the consciousness of Krishna is there. That becomes Krishna consciousness. And here, Prabhupada, this translation explains that everything in your life, do as an offering to me. If you don't, you don't have to know mantra, yantra, jantra, all these things. When you're before eating, say Krishnarpanamastu. That single word, Krishnarpanamastu, that itself is your consciousness, Krishna conscious. Anything before you do, say Krishnarpanamastu. Hey Krishna, this is for you. Just change your consciousness. That changing your consciousness itself is freed from all these material bondage. How simple has been in Kali Yuga. If you belong to Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, you have to do a very hard work to realize the God. But people, the Naimisharanya, see 60,000 sages assembled in Naimisharanya, and they were actually doing fire yajna. But when they got the message that Sutta Goswami is coming from the Sukadeva Goswami class, they cleared all the fire, everything, and they just pretended as if they are not doing. When Sutta Goswami said, they requested, please, hum logon ko Bhagavad Katha sunao, please. Because hearing Bhagavad Katha from Sutta Goswami was more important than doing fire sacrifice in those days. So then Sutta Goswami delivered message. In that one of the classes, they said that Kali Yuga is about to come. And the symptoms of Kali Yuga is very, very weak. Prayena alpaisha sabhya kalosmin yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagyati vapatritaha. Kali Yuga is coming. These are manda, these are inert, lazy burgers in Kali Yuga. Prayana alpa, they are very short-lived. They can't 10 to the power of 2. Before it was 10 to the power of 3. Before that 10 to the power of 4. Before that 10 to the power of 5 in Satya Yuga, age of the people. So one order of magnitude, 10 to the power of 5, 10 to the power of 4, 10 to the power of 3. Now it came to 10 to the power of 2. 100 years we can live. These people are beggars. Give them an easy devotional service. Easy way they can come back to Krishna. That's why. And Bhagavatam, in the 12th canto, what it says that Kalir doshe nide rajan. Kalir dosha is full of false. Asmin ek mahagun. Kirtana devasya krishnasya mukta sangam paramam rajayet. Kali Yuga is full of faults. We all know that. If you want to fight with other person, you don't have to work hard to fight. With one single word, you can start fighting. Especially in India, in the buses, when bus comes on 200 people waiting for one bus, people put dusties out from the windows. Then you go to the seat, another person comes, you start fighting. These are common things. You don't have to have a good reason to fight. That is the nature of Kali Yuga. Basic default symptom of Kali Yuga. Cheating propensity, imperfect senses, all these things. And all these things can overcome by regular Bhagavatam attendance. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Bhagavati Uttama Shloke, Bhaktir Bhavati Narishtike. So this is what the secrets of how to become non-karmic, but while staying in this world. Rupa Goswami also writes that Karmana Manasa Gira Jivan Muktasya Uchate. By staying in this Karmana Manasa Gira, by karma by action, manasa by mind, gira by words, you can be liberated in this material world. That means what? It means that if you start performing Krishna, doing Krishna consciousness, whatever actions you perform, they have no reactions. Don't do no reactions. It means what? You're burning all you're not accumulating any more reactions, first of all, no karmic reactions. Plus, whatever you have in your quota go down, you're burning them. So at the end of the life, you become zero karmic reactions. Then that is the result for the liberation. Again, what's the liberation? Prabhupada writes in second canto, Bhagavatam, a liberation means that a living entity 100% situated in constitutional position. What is the constitutional position of living entity? Jivere Swarupoi Nithyera Krishna Das. So that is ultimate liberation they're looking for. So folks, here, Prabhupada writes so nicely that what is the ultimate crux of this sloka is saying that what? Oh, sorry, I'm going to this sloka. Here, 490 is explained very clearly that one is understood in full knowledge whose every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification. Most of the time, that comes under Nishkama Karma Yoga, because everything for the sake of Krishna. We don't have any personal tinge of enjoying the either good or bad result. Everything for the satisfaction of Krishna, not for the satisfaction of our senses. He is said by sages to be a worker for whom the reactions of work have burned up by the fire of perfect knowledge. When you have perfect knowledge that Krishna is the supreme, he is the enjoyer, he is a Bhaktaram, Bhaktaram Igatapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Sridham Sarvabhutanam, Gyahatmamam Shanti Ruchati. How you attain the peace? When Prabhupada gave this shloka from 5th chapter, 29 shloka, he spoke in the United Nations after Second World War. Prabhupada said, you guys are fighting like a cats and dogs, but look at this, what the Vedic philosophy, Vedic literature is saying that Bhaktaram Yugitapasyam, who is a Bhakta, who is an enjoyer. Enjoyer is ultimately Lord Sri Krishna. And you guys are having a war based upon small places. This land is mine, that land is mine. Whose land is yours? Everything belongs to Krishna. If you have that consciousness, there's no question of fighting. Same way here, Prabhupada is writing that when you have that eternal consciousness, okay, Sat Chit potency, eternal consciousness and eternal awareness, Krishna is the supreme, he is the enjoyer, okay, and I am only doing work for his satisfaction, not for my own senses. Okay, that is the liberation, is already liberated. That is a perfect knowledge. A devotee is perfectly situated when that knowledge has been given by this one. So, Prabhupada also writes here that it is understood that he has burned up reactions of his work by perfect knowledge of his constitutional position as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is what Jivere Swarupai Krishna. Thus, I am the servant of Krishna. Okay, and servant of Krishna, and my eternal duty is to serve him. That is the, see, we all want to go back to Godhead, go back to Godhead. Why? Because you want to escape from work here? No, it's not that. We want to go back to work to serve Krishna. That is our constitutional position of a living entity. That is the what you call perfect stage of a living entity. My Guru Maharaj says the perfect stage of a living entity is a being devotee of the Lord. Why? Because that is your constitutional position. Is actually learned where attained to be such perfect knowledge. Development of this knowledge of eternal servitorship to the Lord is compared to a fire. Why it is compared to a fire? Once that is kindled, all the kinds of reactions to the work has been completely eradicated. That's why even Rupa Goswami also says that, out of karma jnana, the bhakti is the highest. What is that? Anya vilashita shonyam, jnana karmadi anarvutam, anukula yena Krishna anushilanam bhakti uttamam. We have to work as per Krishna's favor, not our favor. And which is jnana and karma. We have jnana misram bhakti, karma misram bhakti because we are gruhastas. Our devotion is not pure. But we still practice, and at some level, our karma Vishnu Bhakti, Jnana Vishnu Bhakti becomes pure Bhakti. That is where we have to cruise along. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. So this is how different shlokas and also from Vishnu Purana very clearly explaining that as soon as a person is situated in Krishna consciousness, all our previous karmas, the initiation process. What is the initiation process? Why we do while taking initiation, why we have a fire sacrifice, and we all hold banana leaves and we put in the fire. What's happening at the time of initiation? Initiation, we are taking a oath that, hey, that point we are basically putting all our karmas into the fire, and my slate is becoming very clear. That doesn't mean that I am going to commit some more so that it won't take reaction. No, that's not the one. We are basically committing that my cleanly life starting from now, and whatever I have done previously, whatever it is, I am just putting in this fire, and my slate has become very clear. Now I'm going to live a very, devotional life as much as possible, so that we will be connected to Krishna on the spiritual platform, so that we are changing our identity, because from our material consciousness to spiritual consciousness. That's why our name may also been changed at the time of initiation process, so that we'll try to acquire Krishna Bhakti. Because that is how Guru gives the initiation process also. So these all have inner meanings. Why we take initiation process, why 5 sacrifices has to be performed, all these things. Krishna says in Bhagavad, the 9th chapter, very clearly explaining, if you look at here, right? Yat karoshi, whatever you do, just do as a sacrifice. Now, every Saturday, Simeshwar Prabhu and Madhur Prabhu, they do yajna. What is the yajna means? Yajna means Vishnu. Yajna means Vishnu. They're doing yajna. They're doing yajna sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord Vishnu. Right? So, these are some of the points. This is actually Padma Purana. I said that, Aprarabdam phalam pavam bhutam bijam phalonmukam karmaniya phaliyate Vishnu bhakti. This I'm explaining very clearly. There are different stages of dormant reactions to sinful activities to be observed in a sinful life. Sinful reactions may be just waiting to take effect. Okay? Phalonmukha. Reactions may be still further dormant, kuta, or the reactions may be in a seed-like state, bija. In any case, look at that, in any case, all types of sinful reactions are vanquished one after another if a person engages in devotional service of Lord Vishnu. So, Padma Purana confirms, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself confirming, become my devotee, Manmanabhava Madbhakto, Madhyajivam, become my devotee, pray for me, you will sure come to me. Right? So these are various evidences and various shlokas is confirming the same message. What is that? We have to be fully Krishna consciousness, God consciousness, okay, as much as we can. Sometimes, it happens, we forget because of the association with the material nature, but that's okay. We come back and, excuse Krishna, I'm sorry, etc. Proceed with our life, because Krishna is so merciful. He's our supreme eternal Father. You don't have to get scared, because we have been taught fear of God in our lives since childhood. Aisa nahi karna, Bhagavan aisa karega, aisa nahi karna. So always we had a fear of God. But Prabhupada taught love of God, because Krishna is not so cruel. Even if you are not the devotee of Krishna, he gave you everything, food, shelter, clothing, he gave you a big building, nice car, even if you are not a devotee. And when you become a devotee, why Krishna does that? No, he is our supreme eternal Father. Okay, he is our Father. Especially, I don't have, for example, I don't have parents, but I think Krishna is my Mata and Pita. He is everything for me. So we all have to be that. He's our supreme eternal Father. He always, Father never ever wish any ill for children. Why do you think Krishna is, because we have wrong misconception in India. Oh, aisa nahi karna, Bhagavan aisa karta, Bhagavan marega, Bhagavan. No, God is not at all cruel. He is a love. Prabhupada, that's why he taught a love of Godhead. There's no question of hatredness. Even if you mistakes, go to Krishna picture. Sorry, Krishna, I did this one. I'm not going to again. He will accept it. As our children, when they come and ask Krishna, please excuse me, we do that. Krishna is more merciful than anyone in this creation. See how merciful he is. For example, when you say haram, haram bole to Hindi mein some gaaliyan dete na, haram. Haram is haram. So Krishna is so innocent. He thinks, "Arey mere devotee mere ko bula rahe haram bole to." Haram. So that positive Krishna is. That positively thinks about Krishna. Haram bole to bhi, "Arey mere Krishna, somebody is calling me." So see, Krishna is so innocent. It doesn't take millions to satisfy Krishna. Just by chanting his glories, Krishna gets happiness. Just by calling his name, Krishna gets happiness. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand this philosophy. So beautiful, so beautiful. Krishna name, what is that? Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Vigraha. Krishna name is Chintamani, the wishful fulfilling desire trees. I was reading the third canto, 15th chapter, description of the Vaikuntha planets. Prabhupada writes so beautifully about description of the kingdom of God. If you get a chance, everyone read that chapter, third canto, 15th chapter. We finished yesterday in our Bhagavatam class, morning class. Description of the Vaikuntha, not Vaikuntha, description of the Vaikuntha planets. Okay, is Krishna, Prabhupada writes so beautifully. What else you get in Vaikuntha? Everything is made of emeralds, diamonds. Throughout our life, work will make one diamond by one diamond. But if you go to spiritual world, folks, my desire has increased so high after reading that chapter. Oh my gosh, what I'm doing here? Everything made of emeralds, and Pushpaka Vimanas made of so many diamonds in spiritual world. And that is where Krishna, there's just entrance. First floor is Vaikuntha. Then we have Dwaraka, Ayodhya, Golaka Vrindavan. What else you can't get if you go to spiritual world? And that's a place where we all have to go, hanker for that place. We are fighting for small petty things in this world. It doesn't make any sense. We are bounded by the karmic reactions. Okay, give it up that. Read that chapter, everyone. Third canto, 15th chapter, descriptions of the kingdom of God. Yeah, description of the kingdom of God. How beautifully Prabhupada explains about each and every shloka. Just read purports or just read translations. How beautiful Vaikuntha planets are. What are we doing here? Just pretty things. We fight for this, that. We get angry on somebody for no reason. Folks, life is beyond that. We are eternal spirit souls. We have to acquire that. Okay, so that's why please be Krishna conscious 24/7. Again, we forget because that is the nature of this material world. As soon as you remember, take the name of Krishna. Again, you forget, take the name of Krishna. That becomes happy. And also, while sleeping, also chanting Hare Krishna. The man may never ever, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Follow that philosophy. Every time, if you're standing, don't stand. Krishna is with me as a super soul. Chant his names. He hears you from his heart. Okay, so I would like to stop here. Again, I didn't have much time because I was having a seminar until 6 o'clock, and I fell asleep, and I got up at 6:55 now. Sorry, I didn't prepare much. Again, excuse me for my whatever I spoke. If something doesn't make any sense, please excuse me. Again, everyone, thank you. Hare Krishna. I'll open floor for the questions and reflections. I hope you're all able to hear me still. Yes? Hare Krishna, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji, Haribo, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Simeshwar, you're there? Hare Krishna. Simeshwar, you're on the mute.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada.
Dattatreya Prabhu ki jai.
Very nice and very nice class. Actually, I enjoy, I relish a lot. And very relevant and supporting the argument you placed. It's so beautiful, actually. I like it. And which is within this verse, actually. Related to this verse.
Always say that Prabhu encourages. I know.
Yeah. No, I like very much, Prabhuji. And please bless him, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prabhu. We're all learning together. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Simeshwar, we're on the mute. Amrasana Prabhu, you're also on the mute. Okay, anybody, any reflections, please? Again, we just have to have a group discussion kind of thing here. So please, anybody would, add some points here so that I get some knowledge from all of you as well. It's not just one way. Dilman Prabhu is there. Hare Krishna, nobody's talking. Please unmute and talk and show your faces also. Otherwise, it becomes impersonalism. When you talk to the face, it's impersonal. We are not impersonal, we are personalists. We want to see the face to face. Please, we are not Brahmajyoti or we are not Paramatma. We want Bhagavan. Please, show your faces. Everyone on the call. Then that gives some impetus.
I like it very much.
Prabhupada is there, you would chastise us. You rascals, you are doing impersonalism. Okay, please, don't do that.
Okay. Yeah. It's so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, please, show your faces. Hare Krishna, Simeshwar Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhuji, and do pranam all those for Srila Prabhupada. Yeah.
So it's such a wonderful places. Why we are hiding, I don't know. All Vaishnavas are such wonderful. Hey, looking Vaishnava face is like looking Krishna's face, folks. Come on, no, it's not easy seeing Vaishnava face.
So nice. Thank you so much for a wonderful, wonderful class. This dear devotees, anything you would like to add, discuss, share? Any comments? Please go ahead. I think many of you having celebrating New Year's, Gudi Padua.
Yeah, that's true.
Gadi. I'm sure that wish you all a happy New Year, Gudi Padua, and Yugadi, and tomorrow is Vishu.
Actually, I heard Ugadi, Yuga Adi. It means
Yes.
Yuga
Yes.
ends on this day. And
Yuga
new, yeah, Kali Yuga, for example, every Yuga starts on this day. Yuga Adi means Yuga means new millennium. Adi starts today. I don't know. I just read. I'm not sure about Shastric evidence or anything.
Yeah, Yugadi, I think in olden days in Sanskrit, it's actually starting of new time,
Right.
new year. So that's basically it is. Started with Yuga Adi, Adi Yuga, that's starting new. That's where it started. Yes, in overall, we can see that the everywhere, new. Even I was wondering, even despite of such severe weather, there'll be a lot of yellowish, this leaves and the plants. They come and they sprout so nicely. So it's all nature's arrangement. Wonderful. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Anything to add?
Prabhu is there, is on the mute.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. No discussions?
I thought of, that's why I left time, because we want to hear others speaking. That makes much fun than just one person talking. Please, devotees, please share your ideas and your thought process on this one. Your experiences as well.
You can open up any questions, anything you would like to add. It's just a transcendental devotional talk, devotional discussions.
Yes, well, Prabhu, you're there. Unmute it. We have Amazon Prabhu, Simeshwar Prabhu, Jayaprakash Prabhu, Jayaprakash Prabhu. Today is very special. We make Puran Pole on Ugadi Day, Andhra May. And I'm remembering you. You make such a nice round Puran Poles. We are missing that.
Hari Bol, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
That word pranam all goes to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah. My kids also really remember. I know Jaipur Prabhu makes these very round, nice things. Okay.
Hari Bol, Prabhu. Dandvat all goes to Prabhupada. Amritanand here. Sorry, Prabhu. My thing is on mute and video is off. Usually I keep it on, but I'm doing some other seva and it would be a distraction with all the motion. But I really liked your class, like what Dattatreya Prabhu said. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hari Bol.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. So Rama Navami is on 21st of April, the appearance of Sri Lord Ram. And we already sent out the flyers. We'll have programs at the temple, 7 to 9 p.m. And we'll have Abhishek. And we are getting deities of Lord Ram. So we'll have the Abhishek for Lord Ram. And then we have Darshan, Kirtan, Aradi, Abhishek, all 7 to 9. And they take out prasadam. So we'll be also strictly enforcing the COVID protocols. So please always make sure that you don't expose to or keep always social distancing, and keep your mask fully covered on your nose, mouth, chin, everything, so that it won't expose to anybody, and you're protecting yourself as well as others. Always remember to do that, and always keep social distancing, and try to avoid as maximum as possible the crowd and the more coming together each other. I heard that the COVID cases are going up in New Jersey in a lot of ways, and even nowadays its children are actually also getting affected very much. So it's very important, and even though it is not that severe, but we never know that how it actually affects each person. So it's very, very important, and please always make sure that we follow this. And please also come forward if you'd like to do any service on Ram Navami. There are so many decorations and cooking and cleaning up the temples and arranging arranging the halls, organizing things and all those things. I think it's a lot of must out there in the community hall as well as in the temple areas. Here and there, so many things. So it's always helpful. Come forward and help in those, some maybe weekdays, maybe some, free time when you have. You always keep that in your mind that, when you have some free time, just come to temple, do something. It's very, very, wonderful, very helpful in our spiritual path, spiritual progress. You may just spend some time here and there. Oh, let me go here, let me go there, let me go to this house, let me go there. Rather, just come to the house of the Lord. Temple is the house of the Lord. Come to the temple and do whatever you like to do. Sometime dedicate at least some couple of hours in a week that you take this as, I will do something at the temple. At least do something at the temple. There's so many things. I mean, we have so many devotees, so many people, they're coming. And some devotees are actually doing a lot. And some devotees doesn't even do anything. But as far as possible, that's what you're saying, as far as possible, please join, please come, and just let us know that you're coming, so that we can say that, okay, what is the best that you can do there. Otherwise, sometimes you come, oh, what should I do? If I do this, is it okay? If I do this, is it okay? Yeah, I mean, please let us know, so that but keep that habit of at least a couple of hours. Also keep a habit of at least I will at least go to temple at least to worship. So these are all wonderful things that helps us to progress in our at least purify ourselves, purify our consciousness, and getting more closer to Krishna with the body, mind, and our senses. This is the way we only can purify. Our legs utilized to walk to the temple, our hands utilized to serve the temple, to clean the temple, and those things are to serve the temple. Eyes to utilize to look at the Lord and have a wonderful darshan. The ears to hear the glories of the Lord. Association of the devotees. Of course, keep a social distancing always. So,
yeah, telling Ambrish Maharaj story.
yes,
Very nice. Yeah. Vacham Shiva Gunana.
Yes. So
Prabhu, please remind everybody that they need to register.
Yeah, exactly. So this registration link is already been out in the WhatsApp group. I'll also send it out by email. So please make sure that you register for a slot, maybe 7 to 8, say 8 to 9, 6 to 7, like that. Whatever the time you like to come, so that we don't, we can avoid the crowd, comes together. So instead of it's just spreads out, then this way, we all can, come in a different times. So thank you so much. Anything else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, about the fasting on Ram Navami day, this is would you please tell what time to what time fasting, and Ekadashi Prasadam, that I know that Ramchandra was born in the noon time. So the fasting will be up to noon time or in the
till the evening, Prabhuji. Fasting till evening, full fasting.
Fasting in the evening. Oh, until okay.
Evening until what time, Prabhu? So we have time or until sunset?
Moonrise, until sunset, moonrise, yeah.
Moonrise, okay.
I mean, usually what it's 12 hours, 6 to 6 or 7 to 7, whatever you like.
Is it total fasting, right? Total fasting.
Total fasting, yes. Yeah. I mean, few opinions. Somebody was mentioning about, you can have the other, regular prasadam after the fasting, but it's always better to have the Ekadashi prasadam.
Ekadashi prasadam, yeah.
Then we fast.
Subal, we have something unmuted. Subal, unmuted. You want to talk something? Subal, Prabhu.
I don't see the audio now.
Oh, I see unmuted. Maybe he wants to say something.
Yeah. Okay. So anything else?
Okay, can we 1 minute sing, Prabhu? Not more than 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah, please do so.
So please join with us, everybody. We can glorify Lord Ramachandra.
Wonderful. Yes.
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sitaram.
Raghava Raja
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sitaram.
Raghupati
Sitapati Sundara Raja Ram Patito Pavana Sitaram.
Sitapati Sundara Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sitaram.
Sitaram Jayo Sitaram Sitaram Jayo Sitaram.
Sitaram Jaya Sitaram. Sitaram Jaya Sitaram.
Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patito Pavana Sitaram.
Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sitaram.
Jai Jai Bhagavan Ramachandra ki Jai.
Bhagwan ki Jai.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Dattatreya Prabhu. Very nice. Thank you. And
Thank you, Prabhuji.
then there is nothing else. Let's conclude. Is that okay? Okay. So yeah, take silence is an answer. Yes. So go. Pay our obeisance to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Pay our obeisances. Vancha
Kalpatarusya Kripa Sindhu Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vaishnavi Ki Jai.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
Prabhupada ki
Thank you so much,
Jai.
Govardhan
Thank
Prabhuji.
you,
Wonderful
Govardhan
class.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Wonderful
Thank you,